I was thinking of asking you, today I had a young lady to say that we give her hope, knowing that you were in a previous marriage that did not work, obviously. I was in a previous marriage, and even after the breaking up of those relationships, long time, 30 years for you, almost 20 for me, and going through the heartache and the brokenness and losing yourself. Did you ever lose yourself? I did. And then finding yourself again so that you are whole, a whole person by the time you found me or by the time we found each other. I mean, I know that's a lot, but is there anything that sticks in your mind to say to someone?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have to say it on there.
Yeah, you're saying it.
Oh, recorded?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought you turned it off.
Surprise.
Oh, no. You always trick me on this
I
deal.
do. Come over some.
Oh, okay. All right.
It's a lot of fun to trick you.
Well, I have certain beliefs. A lot of people say, like, marriage made in heaven and like God put us together. And I think, think about how many people there are on this planet.
Yeah.
Literally billions.
Yeah.
And the chance of any two of us winding up in a marriage or relationship, it's just like hit or miss. You and I met just kind of very accidentally, right?
Oh my God, I'm so thankful.
Yeah, I mean, we weren't on date sites. I've never been on one.
I've never been on a date.
Not that I can tell you about anyway. Just
I
kidding.
think Okay, let me turn the camera off right now.
So I think to have, it's an odds game of like meeting enough people to find the right one, And,
Is it?
yeah, I mean, it's just, how do you just don't know. It's
Kind of happenstance.
I don't know. I mean, so thank goodness that we all don't love all of us men don't love the same woman. Like people have different tastes, right? And so there's so many different things that attract us to another person, but it's all personal. But in the end, it's like you need to know that there's a lot of people out there, and probably unless you find a way to meet more and more people, if you do that, then you're increasing your odds, and that means, getting out there.
Dating.
It should be
Trusting.
dating, and maybe being on a dating site. I've met several people that have met their spouse on a dating site, believe it or not.
That is true.
I know it's a hard thing to do, but and I think, when you get divorced, I think even if you're in a bad marriage, whatever that means, and that means different things to different people, but it still hurts. It's still tough to go through, still painful.
Yes.
And but if you were in something that maybe wasn't the best relationship for you, then there is hope.
You do have to find yourself. The young lady today was sharing with me, and it resonated so much with me because it really was what happened to me, that there was so much negativity being said in her ear from the person who declared that he would love her, that's all she heard. And I remember it just reverberating so loudly that I was repeating those things to myself and saying, things that were tearing me down as well. And so you have to fight like hell to not internalize and not continue that, because that's not going to bring you to a healthy place. But you have to fight like hell to stop the noise and to tell yourself, I am. I remember I would get in the mirror, Michael, look myself in the eye and say, I am beautiful. I am love. I am worthy. I am, deserving. And even saying those things and looking myself in the eye, I was crying. Because initially I didn't believe it. And I realized I didn't believe it because of those moments. Talking to myself in the mirror, looking at myself and crying. It's like, why are you crying?
So I think if you're in a relationship with someone that constantly puts you down, if you stop and think about it, they've got some problem. And there's this old saying I heard years ago that was that you don't put yourself up by putting somebody else down.
Yes.
But some people need to do that. In other words, to validate themselves, they need to push you down. Not just in a marriage, but it can be in the job situation, a lot of different situations.
Yeah, it could be siblings.
And
could
sometimes
be
you
parents.
get in the habit of thinking that your job's to be a punching bag.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah. So you recognize it and also realize what is true. And sometimes you gotta fight like hell not to be a punching bag, but to, affirm what is true for you.
To stand up for yourself.
To stand up for yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, so don't you believe that. And you fight and assert what you know you are, who you are, and why you are, because you matter. Right, Michael?
Yes, every person matters.
Yes.
And they need
And
to realize
something
that
like this.
but every person deserves, life is short.
Yes.
My little saying for myself is life is short, and this is no dress rehearsal.
Right.
This is it. And so you need to make the best of it.
Yes, absolutely. And my friend, I do want to say that even if you're not interested in someone else, that better person for you, just know that your better self is on the other side of whatever you're going through. So hang in there, fight for yourself, push through no matter what, believe, and you got something really special on the other side. You really do. Right, Michael?
Yep.
I believe in you, friend. Right? All right. We'll talk more another time.
Bye-bye.